Voices of Dual Language Education, the podcast where we share our dual language experiences. I am one of your hosts, Angélica Sandoval, and my co-host, Giselle Barrera.
Ah, no es cierto. Aló, ¿cómo estás? Andamos muy de simples hoy.
Andamos felices porque nos quedan, ¿cuántas semanas? 2.5.
Sí, it's Tuesday. Welcome, everyone. So each episode we'll talk with inspiring guests. We have share stories. We'll have a deep dive into classroom ideas, inspire change and bring laughter. And so whether you're here to learn, be entertained, or inspire, you're in the right place. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And we are going to introduce our special guest today.
Yes, and our special guest is Mariela. And Mariela is a dual language and music educator in Chula Vista Elementary School District. Before getting her dual language credential from San Diego State University, she was a full-time musician as well and a private music educator. Mariela combines her love of music and the joy of working with children in the classroom as she finds ways to integrate music to teach language, math, science, history, and more. And we've heard some of that. And so our topic for today is the power of music and dual language education. So welcome, Mariela.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Yes, no, we are excited to have you. We've seen you on Instagram, and later you can give us your Instagram handle and everything. But we've seen you on Instagram, and I love looking at all that modern music that you use, and having the kids sing some of those songs with content. So I'm so happy to have you here. So welcome.
Thank you. We might start singing randomly at some point.
Let's do it.
I am also a mom. And my toddler learns a lot by singing.
Yeah.
So she might pop in. She might be a little unexpected guest.
Understand. We totally understand.
You share a little bit about yourself, your background and current projects. Me acuerdo también, I think I went and saw you at one of the performances in La Joya, con tu grupo, ¿sí? De música o con un grupo de música.
Sí.
I'm like, oh, la fui a ver cantar. So you also have that. You're a mom, educator, and performer as well.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I have a couple of projects outside of the classroom, but those projects continue to inspire me inside the classroom. And I'm just very excited that my students get to see me out in the field being a musician, and I get inspired by them, and hopefully my work inspires them as well.
Yeah. Well, I've seen you in action. We actually went to a field trip. I think what's the name of the company or the field trip that we go to? And you guys were doing Cuba, I think.
Classics for Kids.
Classics for Kids, yes.
Yeah.
It was so cool. When I saw you up there, I'm like, I know her.
Yes, Classics for Kids. Yes, they are an awesome organization that educates kiddos with music. They teach them about a culture, a country, and how the music evolved in the country. So it's a great opportunity for field trips. If anybody's looking for a field trip in San Diego, Classics for Kids, it's a wonderful field trip for kids to go listen to live music.
You know what? He said we actually went as a dual immersion group, like from kinder to 6th grade. We all went and we saw that, and the teachers didn't stop dancing. You play Celia Cruz, I remember, and it was awesome. So one of the questions I want to ask you is, like, what inspired you to use music as a tool in your dual language classroom? I know that you're a music teacher now, and you're a music teacher for a dual language school, right?
Yes.
And so what have you, what kind of engagement have you seen with your students, and has it changed the type of engagement that you offer, or that the type of engagement that you want from the kids, right? Learning that particular content. So What inspired you to do that?
That's yeah. There's um I think it all started with COVID, to be honest
Mhm,
with you. It all started with COVID because I needed different ways to engage kids,
mhm,
especially with language over a screen. I was
mhm,
trying to connect to the kiddos using music they were listening to. And I mean, the task was overwhelming for all educators at that time was how can I make you learn? Um, and at the same time, have fun because we're over a screen and we're not connecting. So COVID
mhm,
was one of the reasons why I was inspired to start using more music in the
mhm,
classroom. I was teaching 5th grade at the time, and I was looking for resources in Spanish for upper graders. And
mhm.
I noticed that a lot of the songs, there's plenty of songs for the lower grades to
Yeah,
learn concepts, but there's not a lot of resources for the older kids.
yeah,
They don't stop singing. They like to sing, they
yeah.
like music,
Right.
you know?
Yes,
So
yes. So
so
true.
in one of the planning sessions with one of my teammates, we started thinking like, "Ah, can we make a song? Can we make a song for the kids?" And we both came up with La Chona. Like, can we somehow involve vocabulary with La Chona? I'm like, I
Uh-huh.
think we can do it, maestra.
Yeah.
And we started kind of like started including the vocabulary, and then we're like, how can we make it rhyme? Okay, we can make this one with this, and it kind of all came together.
Mhm,
And the initial animation and the initial visuals were all posters and like just classroom stuff, and it slowly evolved to what you see on the internet now.
mhm,
um and I didn't really need any fancy animation for the kids to be engaged. They were engaged just with the fact that one of their songs that they've
yeah,
grown up with going to quinceañeras and weddings had lyrics that were different to what they were used to, but they
uh-huh.
were actually rhyming. They were actually singing different words, but with a familiar melody, which I think is the key to involving more music in the classroom.
Yeah. Oh, that is wonderful. I think I remember the chona, the instrumental music, but I don't remember what the lyrics were. The,
I have them right here. Well, we use vocabulary words such as materia, átomos, masa, volumen.
uh-huh.
eh, eh, la materia se mueve, las partículas forman la materia que tocas, todo lo que exploras, y los átomos cambian de elemento a elemento, electrones por fuera y el núcleo por dentro.
Oh,
And
I love
Like,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
Les
Woo!
dije que íbamos a bailar, les dije que íbamos a bailar.
Ya queremos bailar.
that's awesome. Me encanta, me encanta. Me acuerdo, como dices, eh, first grade, like kinder, but then upper grade. Sometimes I tell my students that I rap. Según,
Yeah.
it's just like I have my microphone and the kid's like, oh, the teacher's gonna rap. And it just brings me joy to kind of like have that music or rhyming or
Mhm.
just instead of just being monotone or not monotone, pero como que you get tired and you want to spark,
Yeah.
you need a little bit of extra in the
Mhm.
classroom sometimes. So thank you so much for sharing that. That was so much fun.
And
Yeah, like
you do make a good point about upper grades. Like they still love music. They still want to hear that music. I know that even in second grade, I don't know why I teach second grade. And so why have I stopped playing music? So I've been slowly incorporating the music and but it's music that has lyrics already. So that's the hard part, right?
Uh-huh,
Is
uh-huh.
creating the lyrics and knowing the beats and the rhythm of the song, right? And that's hard for some of us as teachers.
yeah.
How do we do that?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask it. How does the music build that confidence in speaking for the students and participating in those two languages? Like you said, that sometimes we forget that like fifth graders still like music and even like recent music or how what they play at parties. So do you see that confidence built in them for those that are a little bit more quiet or that don't participate as much?
There's definitely the quiet ones that don't want to get up and they don't want to sing and they don't want to move. But if you if you give them a test and the test has everything that was in the song, you'll see them moving their head and saying the words
Oh,
while they're
that's a
taking
good,
the
yeah.
test. And it makes it a little less like you mentioned monotone.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of teachers, it takes a lot of energy to be performing for our kids sometimes, because
Yeah.
when you think about it, it's a performance. I'm performing and I'm
Mhm.
showing you sometimes things you don't really want to learn, but I have to show you this. But adding music gets the teacher excited and it
Mhm.
gets the students excited, and it's a really awesome opportunity to connect with the kids,
Yeah.
because they hear you giving instructions all the time, and this is me too. They hear you behavior management, they hear all the things, but it just disrupts that
Like routine, right?
that routine, yes. And I noticed that with my kids a lot. I wasn't a music teacher. I was a fifth grade and then a sixth grade teacher. And giving them, having them see me break
Mm.
out of that routine and seeing that it's allowed to move. We're allowed to enjoy learning. Like it
Mhm.
doesn't have to be boring.
Yeah.
Not that we're boring, right? Because we all have different
Yeah.
styles. And there's
Yeah.
teachers that don't. They just don't.
Yeah.
They don't want to, and especially in upper grade.
Mhm.
Um, but we are allowed to sing our vocabulary words and put them in a melody um that is engaging to them. Right now, we're the one of the latest releases
Ooh, that's
releases
so sweet.
um is a Bad Bunny song, and that started with
Uh,
a teacher that came up to me. She's like, "Maestra, I have an idea for ensayo de opinión." And I'm like, a ver, maestra, a ver, hay que juntarnos. So we got together and she gave me her ideas. And she's like, I don't know how to rhyme. I'm not really like positive, but I have this part. And I'm like, okay, we can work with that. So we sat down together and we worked on it. I asked her, like, what is the biggest thing you want them to learn? Because in a song, if you think about it, the biggest idea is always repeated. El coro, siempre se repite. So your big idea, your main idea in the coro, like nice and repeated so that the kids keep hearing that and singing that. So we came up with Bad Bunny's no fue baile, no, fue Nueva York, opinión, opinión. So that's what the kids sing. Yes, they go, si tú quieres persuadir con encanto y con primor, solo tienes que escribir un ensayo de opinión. Opinión. They,
of
Oh my
course, that was
God.
your
yeah.
favorite part. Opinion.
Opinión. Yes, that's a chance to scream in
Yeah.
the classroom.
Uh-huh.
So so I just love that the teacher felt comfortable enough to come up with to
Yeah.
me and say, Maestra, I have this idea. So we both came up with it together, and the kids, today I played it for the third graders, because it was a third grade kiddos, and
Mhm.
they knew all the words. They knew all the words. I'll share that video with you later, because I wanted you to see
Uh,
how um confident they are with the words,
uh-huh.
attaching words, like difficult words, to a melody
Mhm.
takes away that ese compromiso, esa
Yeah.
seriedad de una
Mhm.
palabra grande como geografía,
Yeah.
criosfera, like these big words. Like if I'm singing them, I'm
Mm.
less likely to feel intimidated as an English learner to say
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
No, that it kind of reminds me when you say this, there must be some kind of tricks on how to. I know that in your case you already had the music, right? Um, I remember going to a conference. I think it was ATDLE, and I was a first grade teacher. And I remember the person who did the conference had like different melodies that we already knew, but they were like in English, like row, row, row your boat. But then it had different lyrics. And then she said, for row, row your boat, you need this amount of syllables for that particular. It was like mind blowing, right? And then I know there was one, and she wrote it. She had it in a sheet, and obviously I don't have it anymore because it was a million years ago. But one of it was Bono. Do you remember when we used to Bono el mono?
Bono el mono. Before
Bono,
David. Before David.
before
Yeah.
David, it was Bono el mono, and I remember she's was the lyrics of row 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 your boat. Bono el mono sabe cómo termina. I was something like
Uh-huh.
that. But then she's like, "Do you see how many syllables you need per ¿cómo se dice? strand or sentence.
Línea o por línea, sí, por parte.
Por cada línea, ¿cuántas sílabas necesitas para componer tu canción? Para esta melodía. And so I thought it was the coolest thing. And so yo inventando música con row, row, row your boat because she had already for everything.
They gave you the formula, right? Así como que sometimes we need that. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you think about it, that's what we provide for our kids. It's a sentence frames, right? The little push to get started. So that's awesome that you got that resource. That's awesome.
I know. It's like, okay, I can do this. I can. So that kind of just reminded me. But those are some simple ways that teachers can incorporate music in their daily classroom and how they can start doing that. I know that just lately I used a J Balvin song. I don't know what the song is called, but we sing it every Friday. It's like, es viernes, es viernes, todos a bailar. And so the kids expect it every Friday. Yeah. We start our calendar and the kids are just like, y es el es viernes la canción. And then they start singing. And then ellos empezaron con, you know, like I had a little student named Karen, and she's like, Karen, es viernes, Karen. Es toda una fiesta a las 8:45.
Es cierto. So
wait, so if I sing that song on a Wednesday, will it be Friday?
Yeah.
Sing it on Wednesday?
I know, right? No, y más aparte, what inspired me to do that is that I went to La Cosecha in New Mexico. And there was a music teacher there and had it had the choir, like it was K6. It had choirs and they had, kids playing the guitar. And then some of the songs were in Navajo todavía, they was in a different language. It was so cool to see. And one of the songs that they sang that we do it almost every day and the kids know it is la canción de Juan Gabriel, que es la de, ¿cómo va?
La
Mañana entra por mi ventana, Señor Sol.
Gracias. Ay, qué bonito.
Every single day voy a tratar de ser mejor. It's a total self-esteem booster. Yeah. Like the kids absolutely love it and they know it. And I'm thinking, wow, that's a great way to incorporate vocabulary. Some of them don't even know what they're saying. Just singing it because it's rote memory. But I mean, that's something as simple, like you don't have to write your own lyrics, but look for maybe music that's already, class appropriate.
Yes. and yes. And that's exactly what I was going to tell you. I was going to say that some of the songs that I adapted were songs that already had the concept. For example, Bad Bunny's Ciclo de la Vida. The same teacher that gave me the idea for Ensayo de Opinión was like, I need a song for Ciclo de la Vida. I need the kids to know like the and I'm like, what song? I'm like, you know what? The Bad Bunny song that says, aquí la tengo. The Bad Bunny song that says, mientras uno vivo, uno debe de amar lo más que pueda. And it's
baile inolvidable.
Sí, el baile inolvidable. Yes, and I'm like, pensaba que ya nada iba a nacer y otra vida, otros meses iba a crecer. Algunas vidas salen de un huevito. Sí, pero dice, ya se me olvidó la parte que iba a decir como ejemplo. Pero esa canción ya estaba como que lista para esa lección. Entonces, como dices, encontrar esas canciones que ya tienen como que ya tienen ese concepto y encontrar las sílabas. Sí, es lo primero que hago. Agarro las sílabas de una línea y digo, mira, esta línea necesita, no sé, unas 10 sílabas y voy a tratar de hacer que funcione. Ahora, otra cosa que yo me estaba poniendo a pensar es lo que está saliendo con AI, ¿no? Hay mucho o sea, ¿quién dice que AI no me puede hacer una canción? ¿No? Si yo le digo, he evitado usar AI, pero sé que hay, que se puede. Nunca nada va a compararse al trabajo que una maestra va a hacer comparado a una máquina. Porque si me han preguntado, me han dicho, ¿y por qué nomás no la usas, no la haces en él? Digo, es que si tú la haces, you're just more invested in what you created, and the kids are gonna see it. They're gonna know. But yes, I do want to encourage educators to try it. To try it. You don't have to be a good singer. You don't have to have music background. It's just rhyming. It's rhyming and 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 just feeling that like that rhythm, get connected to the kids with music and share that joy like the one you share every Friday with your Viernes song. That's awesome.
No, and you know what? You don't have to have everything ready. Like the kids can help you write it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yo la canción que tengo del viernes es como, es viernes, es viernes, es viernes, o sea, es como...
Es todo. Y sabes que también escribí aquí unos ejemplos de dale, 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 no pierdas el tino. That one could be a great one. Pimpón es un muñeco de colores, cielito lindo. Todas esas melodías que los niños ya se saben, si le cambiamos poquitas las palabras a lo que queremos enseñarles, se la aprenden rápido.
Es como los de Patrick Henry. I think they're from Long Beach Elementary. They had estudiantil, and so they had la María Cristina me quiere gobernar. They had that song, but it was
really?
La maestra me quiere gobernar.
That's cute.
That's so
It's such
good.
a cute song, pero también tienen todas esas canciones, pero para niños. Hicieron toda una canción. Sí, fueron a ATDLE, hicieron todo un concierto allí y me acuerdo que estaban vendiendo sus little CDs and everything. Pero sí, ahí lo tengo todavía, pero sí, nunca se me olvida esa canción. La maestra me quiere gobernar. y luego
no
todo
se te van.
y lo que haga la tarea y no lo hago, que me vaya a recreo y no me voy o algo así. Totalmente, y los niños empiezan a reír. Eso lo hacíamos. También con la mochila azul, ¿te acuerdas, maestra?
Sí.
La mochila azul. Uy, los niños en cuarto, quinto grado. ¡Ay, no! La mochila azul. No les gustó esa parte, pero si hay ya canciones que te pueden ayudar, que desarrollan el vocabulario, sería bonito.
Sí, entonces así como varios ejemplos sería, so different examples of how to use it como in the morning, in the calendar, for math, right? Puedes usarlo matemáticas, science.
Science is I think it's awesome because it has a lot of different vocabulary. Sometimes it's big vocabulary and it has a lot of cognados. A lot of the same words are used in English and in Spanish. So there's a tool that you can rhyme them in English and in Spanish depending on your classroom language. And then there's just this repeated themes that science has, estoy pensando en no rompas más. Las pobres rocas se tardan mucho tiempo en formar. El agua, la presión, el viento y el calor cambian nuestra forma de. No me acuerdo de esa parte, pero it's science. Science. It's very it's easy to work with that and change songs as well.
So much vocabulary. It's como tanto.
Yes.
And the verbs, those that you can add. I love it. Sí. This inspire me. I'm like, okay.
Ya quiero escribir canciones. Ya quiero buscar todas las pistas.
Yes. And you know what, that would be an awesome activity too, is having the vocabulary words up top and having the kids help you write the song in the classroom. That's even more empowering.
Yes.
And I do it about the history of Chula Vista. Since I'm teaching it right now.
You can use some chunky melody.
Exactly. And you know what, just to piggyback on that, what a fun activity to do at the end of the year too. I mean, it doesn't have to be at the end of the year, but right now it's your time to try it out with the kids. Like there's no high stakes, anything happening, testing's over. Definitely. And it's like, let's have fun with the kids it's end of the year. I have these lyrics. The kids know a lot of, not lyrics,
The melodies.
the melody, right?
Yes.
I always go for the instrumental, and the kids they know.
Yeah, and I as an English learner, I I learned a lot of vocabulary with songs. I learned a lot of English with songs. We with my daughter, I use a lot of them. I do tops and bottoms to wash our hands. Everything we do is a song. Tops
Yeah.
and bottoms, in between, in between. Scrub them all together. Now they're clean, squeaky clean. Así. Todo es una canción. So yeah,
Claro.
going back to our upper graders, we can still use music to engage them. Maybe some rap music, maybe some Bad Bunny, maybe some of the popular stuff, but give them some sentence strips, give them a vocabulary and a group, and like, okay, to the melody of this song, try to incorporate the songs, and then we all do it together.
Yeah. How would you do like the beginning of it? Like you wouldn't give them the whole song, right? Like, you would probably just give them like the beginning part of the song, and I mean, how would you do it? How would you teach it? Like with your kids?
Yeah. Let's say it's dale dale dale, no? Everybody knows dale o las mañanitas.
Okay.
You know? I would give them a very simple melody, and I would say, okay, these are our vocabulary words. How would you make them rhyme? How would you organize them so that we can understand them or repeat them in the song? Maybe it'll be a little bit more simplified of an activity, but maybe you start the song, and with the kids, you give them the words, and like, what word, maybe you already having it in mind, what word would fit into this? What would rhyme with this? And you already have the sentence ready, and then kiddo can tell you, oh, this one rhymes with this one. Oh, what does that word even mean? Can you look behind that sentence strip? Oh, that means this. Does it fit? Something like that.
No, and
I know it's a lot to set up.
No, but you're right, because when you look at lyrics, they repeat, right? They have the main, ¿cómo se dice? I don't even know the lingo of music.
El coro se repite.
Una parte del coro siempre se repite, ¿verdad? So maybe that's where we can start. Like, first they write the first part of the song, and it has like a story or whatever, if it's a story, and then tiene el coro, y el coro siempre se repite. That's the part that everybody knows and everybody sings. And so,
Sorry, I like how you said that the chorus is the main idea. So you can teach us like, it's the main idea. It repeats. So
yeah,
and I like that connection.
And I mean, if you well, this is kind of going into literacy a little bit, but purpose of the author, we've been in the music class, we've been looking into the music of Mexico, and we've been trying to like see, okay, by regions, we can see that corridos, or that right now they listen to Peso Pluma, and I asked them, like, I don't play the songs, I just play what's appropriate for them, but I'm like, what's the purpose of this song? This is a literacy piece. What is the purpose of El Recodo? What is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of, are they trying to entertain me? Are they trying to inform me? Are they trying to persuade me? This is a better example. We did songs for social justice, how social justice, or how music impacts social justice movements, and we did No Nos Moverán, and we did We Shall Overcome. So I was asking the kiddos, so what is this song? What's the purpose of this song? We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, they're trying to persuade me, maestra. Okay, what are they trying to persuade me about? And we had a great conversation, and it was all author's purpose, and for the song We Shall Overcome, we can also change that song. It's a very easy like anthem that people can repeat and repeat. We shall overcome, we are not afraid. We can slowly like add different vocabulary words to the same melody.
I know. Well, if you're gonna start doing that, I have to start doing more. I know I have my viernes, tengo mi canción del viernes y mi Juanga todos los días, todas las mañanas.
That's so beautiful.
Kids know it.
And it's
No.
healing, in a deeper way. Music is very healing. It actually, like, whenever the person sings, whenever sound comes from your body, you're actively healing yourself. You're actively giving yourself a chance to relax, a
Mhm.
chance to say, this is a safe place where I can be vulnerable and sing, because singing is a very vulnerable thing. And if you as a teacher are willing to sing and be vulnerable in front of your kids, it's a chance to connect with them, and to connect with them, and break that routine like we were talking about earlier. um
Mm.
yeah, I love when teachers sing. I love passing by a classroom and hearing them sing.
Yeah.
It gives me hope.
Yeah.
And you get a couple of emails from parents. There's like, maestra, les está enseñando o les enseñó esta canción que en la casa me están pidiendo Juan Gabriel. And I'm like, oops. But they're no, that's good, because they're
Yeah.
not only learning vocabulary, they're learning about culture, right? And that's one
Yes.
of our questions as well, is like, how can we be culturally responsive in learning through music, and what experiences we're giving our kiddos, right? Our parents listen to Juan Gabriel, but our little ones, are they listening to Juan Gabriel? Probably not, but now they are. They're asking for it. So
Right.
I'm happy, and I'm hearing that you are including a lot of Latino artists in your
Yes.
teaching.
Yeah, I mean, what they
Yeah.
suggest, because they usually, if you sit down and you take down what they're listening to, you get to know a lot about our kiddos, and what they're listening to. And I say, I'm not going to play some of these songs because some of them have powerful language. I use powerful language because it's all language, right? It depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
But but I'm like, what are you listening to? I want to know what you listen. So I take a time, I listen. I'm like, I'm going to make a playlist,
I like that.
so that you can hear what you want, but we have to make sure that the songs that we're listening to are appropriate. All of
Right.
them have a purpose. I mean, I always give them this example because they love this song called Chicken Banana, right? And I'm like, so what do you think that song is for? Chicken banana, chicken banana. Not a lot of like words to this song, right? But it's just to entertain maestra. I'm like, that's Arthur's purpose. We don't really have much with that song. Chicken banana, chicken banana, chicken banana. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love everything about this. And we can't wait to see you at the conference. You'll be at
Yeah.
Yes.
this year. It's here in San Diego, and you already know that. But you are going to be one of our presenters
Yeah.
at the conference. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're planning and teaching some of the teachers?
I more than anything, I want to motivate educators to use more music, and I would like the educators that teach more of our upper graders to encourage them to use more music, helping them, guiding them towards something very simple. Something I want them to feel the confidence to write music, simple stuff, so that they can feel confident enough and even plan their lessons with songs.
Yeah.
Your entire lesson can be a song. um and then you work from there. You create your song, and then you create your images from the song, and then you can just, like, from the lyrics, you can start using your little sentence strips to go over the vocabulary. You can use images. El ciclo de la roca, I started that lesson with, literally, it was the song. I started with the song, and then I'm like, oh, well, I can have an image of the ciclo, and then through the song, I can go through the ciclo and the parts of the cycle of a rock. And I just use my vocabulary words. So my entire lesson started because I wrote the song, and from the song came the lesson. So hopefully, I can motivate educators to not be afraid to use more music in the classroom, and
Oh,
and help them see that there's a lot of joy in singing, a lot of healing in singing, a lot of connection in singing. And for our language learners, you just kind of, like, como que bajan las barreras.
yeah.
De alguna manera los ves que se relajan, porque no es, the emphasis is not on, like, knowing a word and what it means. It's, sing this song, you're going to get curious about the song, and then eventually we're going to unpack what's in the song.
Yeah.
So yeah, hoping to motivate more and engage our teachers so that they can engage their kids.
How would you engage the whole school? I know that you have a class and you did it within your own class. I just, an example at a school that I used to work at, we had someone that actually played the guitar. So he knew how to play the guitar. None of us did. But we had something called el cancionero, where kinder through sixth grade all picked a song, and then we got together once a month in the auditorium, and we just did like a little mini concert, and then we would go back to our class.
That's
But
so beautiful.
we still sang like El Pollito dice pío pío pío, right? And kinder through six were singing the song because they knew it. And then in first grade, they would sing another one. And then second grade, third grade, everybody knew a different song. By the time like the kinders went to fourth or fifth, they already knew the song because it was,
Right.
cancionero. We would do a monthly thing to get together. I don't know if you ever heard of something like that or if it already exists out there, but it was the best thing. And we tried at a different school to do it. It just didn't work with schedules. And like, no, I have this and I have that. And I'm like, how important is that for our PI community to really get together and start just singing, right? Like it heals your heart, right? To sing. And maybe that's one of our students' passion is to sing. And we don't even know that. We don't know how well they can sing. Believe me, when I put the Juan Gabriel song, I hear some voices and I'm like, ooh, you got a voice on you. How do we even know that's something that they have as a strength,
Right. Right. And imagine how engaging it is to have them learn through song. It's like, oh, you're making your way towards their heart. You're making your way towards their brain through their heart, and that's such a great idea. I didn't even think about that. I wonder if I can organize that in my
I'm
in
glad
my school, because that sounds like a great idea.
it wasn't mine. It was
The school, but how engaged the whole school. I see half of my kiddos one unit, and then I see half of the other kiddos. My other kiddos, all 800 are mine. I'm like, los quiero mucho a todos. But I teach them one class, and we all start every grade. We all start with one song together, and we all sing it. And then in the morning assemblies, I'll go out there and we'll sing the song together as a school. But I like the grade. Every grade has a song, and then you go through the next grade and you learn that song. That's very cool. I didn't even think about that. It's year number 2 of music in elementary, so I'm still learning a lot. And it's a lot, but I am very excited that I get to see that musical part of our kids. But as a music teacher, as a language teacher, I would have loved to see that in my classroom. And I mean, sometimes I'm like, well, I have these standards I need to teach. But I wonder if I can teach them in music. Can I teach these standards in a music setting? Y me quedaba con muchas ganas de enseñar muchas cosas que la música me lo permitió. Usar el lenguaje con la música. Dije, bueno, pues puedo, a mí me encanta la música. Yo era una de esas estudiantes que la maestra ponía una canción y ahí estaba yo. So yeah, you get to know your students in a different way. And that's what I'm hoping to do with educators, is connect with them, gather ideas from each other,
Yes. Well, I thank you so much, Mariela, for sharing so many wonderful ideas. And
thank you for having me.
Totally motivated me.
Yay! A bailar y a cantar.
I have a Shakira fan, and if I show her just the music, the melody, and she will go off into writing her own lyrics. No puedes usar las palabras de Shakira. Tienen que ser tus propias palabras.
Yes. Yes, that's awesome.
Thank you so much for showing us a lot of practical ideas that we can totally do starting tomorrow, right? Las pistas están ahí on YouTube. So
yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving educators a platform to talk about what they do. Yeah, because there's so many educators and teachers that need a place to connect outside of their element, no? And get
Yeah.
to know other educators with awesome ideas. Because I learn from different educators all the time. And I'm just glad that there's a platform for that.
Yeah. Well, you have a major asset to share with a lot of educators, and we can't wait to see you at the conference. I'm definitely going to your session. I
Yay,
want
a
to.
bailar,
This was motivating itself right
Yes.
here, right?
a cantar y a
Yes.
bailar, sí.
And we
Thank you
want
so
to
much.
also invite all of our listeners if they have any ideas
Yes.
or if they want to share like a video of their school, tag us, tag Mariela,
Yes,
so
please.
they can show us and how they have been inspired by this episode. Y just learn from each other and just connect that way through music and yeah, just inspiring our kids as well. Así
Yeah.
que,
Yes, please. Thank you.
No, of course. And we appreciate your time and attention. Let us continue leading with language and advance and music.
And music.
yeah.
Advancing our learning. We hope you will join us with our next episode next
Definitivamente.
month.
And before we leave, Mariela, can you give us information on your contacts? Where can we find you?
Yes. Yes, of course. I'm on Instagram. It's Maestra Mariela. On Instagram. Request that because I don't accept my students to Instagram. So
Oh,
educators just request me. And I'll definitely give that thumbs up. But I am on YouTube. My work is on YouTube. Maestra Mariela is on YouTube, and you can use all the resources for free. If you need lyrics or slides or anything, I'm happy to send it over your way. And then if you have an idea or if you want some support from me, if I can help in any way, I would love to. Entre más canciones, mejor.
Thank you. Thank
Hey.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you much. And we'll see you at the
Thank you.
conference.
See you at the
Nos
conference.
vemos.
Bye.
Bye.
Be sure to follow us and connect using our newsletter and social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And shout out to our partners: Shunya Kids, Be Readers, Avant, CALSA, California Association of Latino Superintendents and Administrators, SDCOE, San Diego County of Education, Dual Language Education of New Mexico, and Meta Multilingual Educators Transforming Achievement.